Hello and welcome to this video. I feel like I haven't done a video in a while. I don't know if I just feel like that or if it's true, but welcome back. Super exciting stuff over here. See if I can show you. I got that light today. So my office set up, aka the desk. The rest of it is like kid toys, and my husband works down here during the day now. But yeah, I'm super excited. I have a space. I have like this huge desk I can work on, and now I get to connect with you. So for tonight here at least, I'm going to start off. I checked in. The healing that wants to happen is a clearing and an activation both for our Earth Star Chakra and our Soul Star Chakra. So these are two chakras that aren't, I feel like, talked about as much when you're first learning about this stuff, and then once you like get more into it, it's like, oh yeah, like my Earth Star, my Soul Star, like second nature. So if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. My mind, I remember, was a little like blown when I realized there's more chakras than just like the ones that we always talk about like along our midline. Apparently there's like tons more, but these are just the ones that we really focus on. So the Earth Star Chakra is, I think it's like 6 inches or a foot, hey Teresa, like below our feet. And then the Soul Star Chakra is above our crown. And these are like your two, like, I mean, crown and third eye. Every chakra is like a spiritual one, right? However, the Earth Star is where a lot of people say that's where we're connected to the earth. So that's where we're connected to our ancestors, or that's where a lot of people think that our messages, like our intuitive messages, whoever, whatever they're from, whether it's the universe, your angels, guides, ancestors, God, whatever it is, your higher self. A lot of people think that it comes in through your soul chakra, goes through your body, and gets like activated in your earth chakra, and then kind of comes up. And it's so those two are really, really connected to receiving messages. So I'm excited to clear and activate those for you today. This is the pendulum that wanted to be used. Let's see it. It's a rose quartz. This is probably like my prettiest one. It did like break a little, so it's connected kind of weird. It's got like these fun things. It's got that cool little lady on it. So this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to clear. Here's my microphone here. I don't want to take my sweater off. I feel like I'm going to get hot. We're going to clear Earth Star, activate Earth Star, clear Soul Star. Hey Jenna. Bleh. You always confuse me because I see Jennifer and then Jen. And then I'm like, does she want to be called Jen? Just tell me. I call you Jenna in my head. I think that's what your email is. So tell me if that's what like your friends call you. I'm super excited you're here. So start at the bottom, then we'll do the top. And then my guides wanted me to talk a little bit about kind of how I got here, I guess, which is funny because it's very easy for me to like teach things and talk about Jenna. Perfect, thank you. It's very easy for me to teach about what I've done. I never talk so much about my own experience, so this shall be interesting. I have no notes or anything for after this, so we'll see what happens. And totally fine if anyone wants to pop off and watch the replay. This will be in the group and everything. Okay, so before I do it, let's all take some deep breaths. So if you want to receive the clearing and activating, hey Sherry, if you want to receive that now, start taking some nice deep breaths. We're not going to get too far in. You don't have to lay down or anything. You can if you want to. It's going to be not so much like a big long guided thing. We're just going to do the clearing, activating, clearing, activating. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry's been here since like the beginning. Okay, so start taking some nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just gonna calm the Reiki to start flowing. I always love when I'm doing the clearing and activating to couple that with the Reiki just to help everything integrate with ease and grace. eyes are closed, keep them closed, but just know that one of my hands is sending you Reiki, while the other one's doing the clearing and activating with the pendulum. Okay, so right now, I'm just asking that your Earth Star Chakra be immediately and powerfully cleared in whatever is in your highest and best, and that it be done with ease and grace, that the Reiki can support that. So whatever is maybe blocking you, whatever you're ready to let go of, this is the time to do it. Knowing that whatever is in your highest and best is being released and cleared from your Earth Star Chakra. We can say thank you. If you hear any crazy sounds, my children and husband are playing freeze tag upstairs. That's our new thing at nighttime. Don't worry. Okay, now we're going to activate. So asking that your Earth Star Chakra be activated immediately and powerfully, and that the Reiki support that with ease and grace. Asking that whatever you are ready to be opened up to, asking that the messages, when they're received in your Earth Star, when they're received through the Earth, that you are receiving those more clearly. Thank you. And we're going to move, hey Hannah, we're going to move to your Soul Star. So right above, you can picture it above your crown. If you enter full dark, I'm holding a little up. Started clearing before I even said any words. That means we have some awesome stuff to clear here. So you are in the right place, because this is happily clearing that for you. So clearing away anything in your Earth Star Chakra, Soul Star Chakra that is ready to be cleared. It seems we have a lot more stuff in our Soul Star Chakras to clear today. I love that when the pendulum goes a little crazier. It's always good confirmation that this is what needed to be cleared. So allowing things to be cleared away, any obstacles that's blocking us from receiving our messages, our intuition. If there's any thoughts that are ready to be let go of. If there is anything you're not trusting about this, if you're not trusting that you're receiving your messages, allowing those thoughts to dissolve. Breathing deeply, allowing whatever's in your highest good, and the highest good of all, to be let go now. I'm laughing if you can see me at that. It's so funny, just the difference of what I'm doing downstairs versus what's happening upstairs right now. Maybe a few last breaths as this clearing finishes. Knowing that whatever you are releasing, it's meant to go. You're not meant to hold on to it any longer. It's no longer serving you. And now we're going to activate our Soul Star Chakra. So above our crown, we're activating that. Allowing the Reiki to help it integrate with ease and grace. messages. We are always receiving messages, and allowing ourselves to trust those messages is what we're activating right now. You are worthy. You are intuitive. And you are not making any of this up. One last breath as that finishes activating. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to send you Reiki for 1 minute. So you can just sit however you are or lay however you are. Just sending a little extra Reiki throughout your entire body. So I'm going to send it through your crown, your soul star. So I'm going to send it, you can picture my hands right over your head, maybe like a foot above your head. And I'm just sending beautiful white light, pure Reiki, healing light and love through your crown, and just allowing that Reiki to flow exactly where it needs to go. It knows exactly what you need in this moment. Allowing that clearing and that activation to be received with ease and with grace. Setting the intention that this Reiki continues flowing through your crown for as long as you need it to fully integrate what you just cleared and activated. And just sending a little Reiki to your feet to help ground you back into this reality, back into this realm, back into whatever room you're in. Knowing that you just let go a little bit of something that was no longer meant for you to carry, and that you just opened up a little more to your intuitive messages for your highest good and the highest good of all. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're done. Hi, Carrie. Okay, I feel like I haven't done one of my pendulum clearings in a while. So that was fun. If you hopped on like in the middle or towards the end, definitely go back. I did that right at the beginning of the video just in case people didn't have a lot of time, or they don't want to listen to story time. They don't have to. But what I was doing with the pendulum, the clearing, the activating, I know a lot of you have seen that before. And sending the Reiki, I am, just so you know, in the courses, in the first course I'm teaching that starts Saturday, I will teach you how to clear and activate with the pendulum. You obviously won't have, unless you're already certified in Reiki. I won't be teaching the Reiki in the first course, but you will learn how to clear and activate things like chakras or card decks or whatever you want, which is really neat. And then the course 2 will do it with Reiki, just FYI in case anyone was wondering. Okay, so my guides definitely wanted me to come on, just share a little bit of how I got here, so you could kind of understand, either so you could see yourself in my story, or you could see, I guess just the more we hear about other people, it helps us, I think, on our own journey. No one is going to sound the same, but I think the more we hear different stories, it can be helpful to know you're not alone in certain things. So, I start very little bit from when I was little, and then we're going to jump like almost 30 years. So when I was a kid, I didn't know about any of this stuff. I know some people are like, say that they know they have all these gifts and blah, blah, blah when they like are born, which is so cool. However, that was not me. I do remember as a kid, and feel free if you want to share anything that you experienced as a child, you're more than welcome if you feel safe doing that. or you can do it later. Just know if I don't like respond to you right now, I will respond after. I can't tell if all my comments are coming up. I do remember one time seeing like orbs when I was a kid, and like me and my sister, I have one sister, she's 3 years younger than me, and I remember just like playing with them in the hallway, and we were like laughing, and I don't think she saw them. Like, I don't know if you have kids and you've seen kids play, you know, they look like they're always imagining, and they are, but sometimes they're actually seeing things. So like, I don't think my sister was seeing the orbs, but we were playing like she was seeing the orbs. So I remember they're like all these beautiful colors, whatever. That's like the most thing that happened to me as a kid, and that was one time. I do remember in my bedroom when I was I've always been scared of the dark. This past 2 years worked to not be scared of the dark with some past life exploration, which we will be doing. I think that's in course 2. But anyway, I remember behind my door seeing like a witch like brewing like potions or something. There's like smoke coming up from the other side of my door. And I remember like a man's silhouette always looking in my room, which now in retrospect was probably me seeing like a past loved one like looking in on me. I don't know. Those are like the biggest things I feel like that happened when I was younger. So I really didn't have a lot. I know a lot of people I talk to that are very, very intuitive, or whatever, very, very intuitive. We're all intuitive, let's just say that. When I consider them very, very intuitive, right? I always feel like they've had all these experiences as like a kid and growing up and whatever. So I just wanted to share with you in case you haven't had a lot or you had some or whatever. So now we're gonna jump like way far ahead. So then like, so I was super into Beachbody coaching, which some of you I met through that, so I'm very thankful. I learned a lot about business and what I don't want to do with my Beachbody coaching. I still love the shakes, just so you know. I still do the workouts, although lately I'm cheating on my Beachbody workouts right now because I'm trying the Peloton 2-month free trial, and I'm really liking it. But I love the shakes still. I still like the workouts. Yes, Sherry, I definitely shut off stuff. I was like petrified. I always thought there was someone in my room, someone in the dark, petrified. Up until literally 2 years ago, petrified of the dark. And so really into Beachbody coaching, and from there, I was like, I started pulling cards, but even before I did cards, I got into, the teacher that's taught me Reiki and the Akashic records, I saw like about the Akashic records, and I was like, what is that? Like when I first saw it, I was like, I didn't even know what it was, but I knew I needed to learn it. And the Akashic records, if you don't know, from what I understand, is basically, it's both within you and not within you. It's sort of another realm that you can expand into. People will say it's like a library of everything that's ever been done, said, thought, everything. The way I don't think about it as a library because I don't picture it that way. The one movie, if you've seen Avatar, when they connect their hair to the tree, that to me is like accessing the Akashic records. If you've ever seen that movie, it's like accessing just a deeper wisdom, and you can receive really, really awesome information about soul growth, really about anything. I did that, like, I don't even know, maybe that was 2 years ago, and I got nothing. Like, I took the course, I loved my teacher, I read a book about it, but when I would go to try to access the records, I would get nothing. Like, I would feel different. I shouldn't say I would get nothing. I would feel different, but I wouldn't get any information. And everyone else that I talked to, they did it, and then they would get this, like, just amazing, like, pure wisdom of, like, soul growth information. And that is my course 3 I'm teaching, by the way, because now, after the 2 years of practice, I can receive information. But I'll tell you why it's course 3 and why it's not course 1, because I feel like I did everything out of order, which is fine, and I'm glad I did, and I know there's a reason why it happened that way. However, I think it makes more sense in a different order. For me, the Akashic Record is amazing, but I think you have to do a lot more of the soul growth. For me, I had to do a lot more of the soul growth first, and clearing away and that kind of stuff, before I could receive messages with the Akashic Records. So anyway, Akashic Records, I'm like, why aren't I receiving anything? I want to receive blah, blah, blah. And then I just got this thought one day. I was like, ooh, what if I use tarot cards? I was never into tarot. I did have like an oracle deck from one time. I went to a yoga retreat place in Western Mass, Kripalu, which I absolutely love and wish I could go to right now. But I had never done tarot, so I remember asking people, like, has anyone ever tried tarot cards to like connect more with their intuition? Because I felt like I just wasn't getting any answers or anything like that. And like, sure enough, like so many people connect with like tarot and oracle to receive, like to help with their intuition, which like now, duh, it makes so much sense. So I got, I started with some tarot cards or whatever, flipping. And this is when I was really into Beachbody still. Some of you have probably already heard this. And just every time, I'm always asking about my business, right? That's all I could focus on ever, was like making my Beachbody business work so I could stay home with the kids and make money and not have to go back to teaching. I was 7 years, I taught middle school math, if you didn't know, and I did not want to go back. Still do not want to go back. And every time I'd ask about my business, I'd get this silly tarot, the one that's the same as the tower. The deck I was using was like an Akashic Records deck, so it's not a tower, it's a tree with like a lightning bolt going into it. But every time I'd get like that tower card when I'm asking about my business, I'm like, why? Like the lightning bolt to the ground, which means like you need to start over, like you need to burn it all and start over. Like just demolish the whole thing. I just took you all the way off my desk. Demolish the whole thing and start over. And I'm like, no. That and another card that said like two worlds, like you're caught between two worlds, the spiritual and the, I don't want to say mundane, but like the race to need to make money type of world. And I kept pulling it, and I'm like, what is this? Like my Beachbody business, it's aligned, it's what I want to do. And then slowly but surely, I started sinking in a little more, like, okay, maybe this isn't aligned, and I started questioning it a little bit more. If it weren't for that stupid lightning bolt tower card, I'd probably still be doing Beachbody, like full time. Now I just am I'm like a coach, but just for the discount. And so thank you, tarot cards. But so anyway, so that kind of started me a little bit switching paths a little more. But then I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, I know how I can teach, but I don't have anything to teach. What am I gonna? I mean, I could learn how to give like tarot readings, but like that didn't really feel right to me either. So I just kind of kept playing around with the tarot cards, still doing the Beachbody coaching, and then realizing one day like it was annoying me that I couldn't get like definite answers all the time from my cards. Like sometimes they'd give me like an idea, but I'm like, I want to know more. Like I want to know more from the cards. Still wasn't getting anything from the Akashic Records. I think I kind of gave that up for a while in between because I just felt like nothing was happening there. And then I signed up for Reiki 1 and 2 because I was always called towards Reiki, and I just don't know why I didn't start it yet. So I signed up for that, loved learning that, and when I started practicing that, it was so easy. It was like I didn't have to think about anything. I didn't have to like try to get messages that weren't there. And it was just so, for me, it was just so easy. Where the Akashic Records, which I really wanted to know how to do, not easy for me yet. So practicing a lot with the Reiki was awesome. And then in the Reiki course, she mentioned something about a pendulum. I'd gotten a pendulum the last time I had been at Kripalu because I was like super drawn to it, no idea what I was going to do with it, hid it from everyone but my roommate at Kripalu because I was like, I don't know why, I like wasn't something that I would do, or that I didn't know anyone else that would use a pendulum in my like real life. I remember I like hid it away, but I had it, and I had like a little like booklet that came with it to like do different things. But in my Reiki course, she mentioned something about a pendulum. And then in another group, someone who, I don't know if she's trained in Reiki yet, but she was showing how to like clear and activate chakras in her group. And I was like, pendulum, like that's where it's at. So then I started playing with my pendulum. I realized you can get a lot of answers from a pendulum. A lot of answers. And I got caught up for a good amount of time needing to get like words from my pendulum. So I would write out like the alphabet like this, like on a curve on a piece of paper, and I would hold it and get like words. At that time I didn't know who I was talking to, which I do not advise you to do. In our group we will talk a lot about knowing who you're talking to, and it's pretty important, or at least knowing that it's for your greatest good who you're talking to. So for a long time I didn't know who I was talking to, but at one point, whatever, doesn't matter, I was obsessed with getting the words, getting like actual sentences, and that worked for a little while, but it took so much energy for me to do that. So I'd kind of bounce a little bit more back to Reiki, where it's like so easy, and then I like just wasn't getting answers anymore with the words, and I was like getting so annoyed because it was like just so great spiritual wisdom coming in those words, or like little action steps for me to do every day. Even action steps, like I remember in here, like one day they were like, you need more people in your Facebook group, this group. It was like, you need more people in your Facebook group, or like silly things like that, or whatever. Like nice little action steps. I loved checking in every day for like my little tidbit of spiritual wisdom or action steps. And then it stopped working. And I was like, damn it. And then I realized, or now I know in retrospect, it stopped working because I was relying way too much on receiving like that. And it took way too much energy for me to receive like that. It also, now I know, takes a lot more energy for your guides to do that, like to move the pendulum like that. That takes a lot more energy for them than just kind of putting the thoughts in your head. But you have to learn to trust those thoughts, which is why I was using the pendulum for the words. So the words stopped working. So then from there, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that with the pendulum anymore. It's too much work. It's stressing me out. This is supposed to be fun. Like, what am I doing? I know that I'm glazing over so much, but I don't want this to be like 5 hours long. So then I started combining the pendulum with with cards, with oracle cards or tarot cards, just to get yes/no answers. So, like pulling my cards in the morning, checking if that card was for me. This is really what I'm going to be teaching in course 1, is combining the cards with the pendulum in clearing things. And it was just so awesome how you would look at to me, I just thought it was so awesome. You can look at the card and not look at the guidebook, because that would stress me out, because there are so many meanings in that little guidebook, which is awesome if you're into, like, read the guidebook, practice the guidebook, read all the books. My guides were like, don't do that, don't look at the book, because I wanted to work on my intuition, right? So if I'm reading the book, I'm relying on the book, just like before I was relying on the alphabet with the pendulum, and they didn't want me relying on that anymore. I think they wanted me to like just trust your messages that are coming in your head. So I started doing that, and it was just really neat combining both of them and seeing, like, is there an action step for this card in my highest good today? And then asking, if I got a yes, is the action step, stepping away from social media for the day? Or is the action step having this really honest conversation that I know I don't want to have? So it was a really neat way to have guidance without being stressed out about it. And that's really what the course 1 is going to be. And so, before I talk about that, so now, and then I did my Reiki Master program, which was awesome because it's Reiki, and for me that's always come naturally. And through that, probably like maybe partway through my Reiki Master program, that's when the Akashic records really started like clicking in, because I needed to Reiki myself like crazy and clear so much junk, and just, we all come in with junk. There's nothing wrong with having junk. I shouldn't even call it junk. We all come in with lessons, whatever you want to call it. It's all beautiful. But there's things we need to work through, right? Or learn from and release. And so I had a lot of stuff to release. And a lot of Reiki, for me, doing that helped. Now, I know people who just take the Akashic Records course and like fly, never have done Reiki, don't do anything with cards. So just know this is like just my perspective. But then I started being able to receive more using the Akashic Records, which has been really fun. And now I feel like I'm just combining all of them. The cards, with the pendulum, with the Reiki, with the records. So, what I wanted to say with all that, the reason why the 3 courses I lined up in this way, and even if you don't do this with me, even if you're doing this on your own or you have another teacher that you're really called towards, I just want to tell you the reason why the courses I did 1, 2, 3 in order, in case it feels right to you to follow that order either on your own, because there are plenty of books and YouTube videos out there, or with another teacher, because there are plenty of awesome teachers out there, or with my courses. I just want you to kind of show you the way that I think it makes the most sense from my perspective. So, course number 1, I love doing this first because it's playing with the oracle cards, playing with the tarot playing with the tarot cards and the pendulum. Because the pendulum, for me, has come in. I used to think this was just like a training wheel, like, okay, once I'm at this level of spirituality, which is like not even a thing, I won't need the pendulum anymore. This is now one of my greatest tools. Just on the clearing and activating, amazing tool. But just even the yes or no, being able to know how to program it, clear it, ask the questions, to work with the right for you, light beings, whatever that you want to work with, your higher self, whatever. Being able to receive that guidance is so freeing. It's like I use my pendulum literally for almost everything, if I don't already just know the answer. Even to confirm things. I will, like, Jenny, you're gonna hate me if you're still on. I just bought this deck, Green Witch Tarot, because my pendulum told me to do it, which is really my guides telling me that it's in my highest and best. But like when I need to buy things, like a deck, a pendulum, when I need to buy things, when I want to buy things, I check in, is this in my highest and best? Even if it's like anything that I'm not sure about, you can check in with your higher self, who like knows all and is always out for your highest good and the highest good of all. It's just it's like you have this whole team behind you and you can easily get a yes/no answer for anything. Even if it's like, is it in my highest and best to take a bath today? Like, that could be asked. So I love using it with the cards, because the first course will really teach you how to use the pendulum, which you can use that for so many things. Doing the cards, I think Oracle and Tarot mixed together are really neat because you can kind of put the story together. It's really cool when you pull cards from different decks and they kind of talk together and they have like similar things going on. Or maybe one deck is always really about your work stuff and one deck is about like your relationship stuff. Like sometimes that will happen, so if you pull both you can really get an idea on like what's going on with those things or what do I need to do in those areas. And then in my course I'm going to make sure every week I also send you Reiki. clearing whatever, when I check in, whatever needs to be cleared or activated. Because I think also Reiki is just such a great way to clear out our energetic system so we can receive those intuitive messages. So we look at the card, and instead of being like, I have no idea what this thing means, I need to look at the guidebook, we can look at it and say, oh, I notice it has this. I wonder if that's what it means. Check your pendulum. I even check my pendulum if I don't know what the card is. I don't know if I'm still on. I just like totally lost internet service. I'm gonna pretend I'm still here just in case. But anyway, I'm just gonna go quick to okay, we're gonna pretend we're still here. Oh, we see a thumbs up. We're still here. Okay. Sorry about that minor interruption. Good, Carrie. My internet has been like a mess lately. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so basically during course 1, I want to make sure I send a lot of Reiki just to really help open up whatever needs to be opened up, because for me, Reiki really helped me open up intuitively, and not just me being able to send it, me being able to receive it too. So I want to make sure we do that. Then course 2, yes, I was just going to say Mercury retrograde. I haven't even been thinking about that lately. Maybe I haven't been using technology. We're just so energetically awesome on this call that we blew the internet. We'll go with that. So yeah, so then course 2 is, well, I guess course 1 I'm also going to do a lot with clearing. So I really like to use burning to release things to the universe, or release them and clear them away. So we'll be using pendulum with the burning, with the writing, with the cards, all that stuff in course 1. Starts Saturday if you want to join. $300. Oh, and I decided if anyone wants to join for any of them, hey Megan, if you'd rather do like $33 a week, I'd be totally fine with that. Even if it's like you want to do $33 a week because you're not sure you want to take it, and you take 2 classes and you're like, I'm good, you can stop. I'm not gonna like say, like you're just done paying. So just an idea that the other night I was laying in bed and something was like nudging me to say that. So if for some reason the $300 up front is like, ugh, I'm more than happy to do the $33 a week for anyone. Then course 2, I'm excited for all of them, but I'm probably the most excited for course 2, just because it's Reiki, and that just, hey Megan, that comes just even more, it's just even more, I don't know, they're all awesome. But for course 2, it is going to be a certification for Reiki 1 and 2, but that's not the focus, meaning my guides were like, do not focus on the Reiki certification. You will get it. You will be able to do Reiki for yourself, your loved ones, other people. You couldn't teach it because that's not the master, but you could be a practitioner. You could be a Reiki 1 and 2 practitioner, giving Reiki all you want. However, the course really wants to be focused on people who, for spiritual, energetic self-care. So really like for yourself and your loved ones, pets, kids, parents. That's really like what it's for. And I think I'm so excited to share that one, because in terms of like family, being able to send Reiki has been one of the biggest gifts I have ever received. Like my kids, being able to send them Reiki, they ask for like certain things now, being able to do that when they don't feel good, or like if they're having trouble sleeping, or even I like secret send it and they don't know I'm doing it if they're having a hard time, has been really neat. I'm gonna combine that also with crystals. I've taken a few crystal healing classes, so we'll be doing Reiki, normal 1 and 2 Reiki, so Reiki for self, Reiki for other people. We'll be talking about different breathing things, how to use Reiki with the crystals, like the chakra set, chakra Reiki healing, I guess is what it would be called, with a pendulum and with a crystal wand, which is super fun. And yeah, so I think just having that is like just such a gift that I think everyone should learn like in school how to do some sort of energy healing, because we're all doing it anyways. We all have the capability of doing it anyways. The Reiki is just a way of sending it. There's just certain symbols to send it. That's all. Okay. I'm not gonna say any more about that. Also, $300, 10 weeks. Make it super easy. Or my guides made it super easy. That one won't start until the first course finishes, which I don't know, maybe April or May, I think. And then the third one, which for me is going to be like, that's the one I'm like super excited but also nervous to teach. The first two I'm just excited. The third one, a little nervous, just because that's the one I feel like hasn't come the easiest, but it's going to be amazing. We're going to be just really talking about how to receive messages for soul growth. So I'm not going to go into it too much now because it's so far away and it will probably change by the time it gets here. But basically how to tap into the Akashic realm to receive messages for your soul evolution, your aligned path, and all that fun stuff. Okay, so just talked for way longer than I meant to. We're gonna call that done. And I'm gonna go play with this new deck that I bought that is so pretty. I'm gonna just have to show you really, really quick. And I'm sorry if none of you want to buy another deck right now. But they're so pretty. They're like different too. I don't know. There's one that was really pretty. Yeah, so feel free, if you have any questions or you want to share anything. If you know like normal tarot, this is like the Priestess card. I'll be talking about this in my course 1, but I've realized lately that depending who you're connecting with would rather connect with certain decks. So I'm starting to work a little more with my ancestors, which is super exciting. And they did not like the deck that I was loving. So this deck, they were like, get. And I used my pendulum to check in with that. Yes, Alyssa, it is really pretty. They're just so, the illustrations are just so different. I keep getting my light in there. But anyway, I'm gonna say bye. If you have questions, ask. If you wanna share anything about anything, feel free to let me know. And I hope everyone has a great night. Am I doing readings? So I'm not doing, you got me, Sherry. Are you talking about Akashic Records? I'm not doing Akashic Records readings per se. I have practiced a few times doing past life Akashic Records readings and came up with some pretty neat things. If you want to play around, send me a message. I'll put it that way. Can you tell I don't feel confident at all in the Akashic Records? Oh, draw a card? Yeah, I can draw a card. Okay, so I don't know what any of these cards mean, just so you know. I actually meant to get a different deck out and I forgot. We're just gonna hang out a few extra minutes. Okay. The back is this, by the way. So I like these cards already because they're smaller than usual and my hands are small. So this is like really nice. They're like really nice size. Okay. Let's see. So I guess if you want a card, let me know. I'm gonna do the first one for Alyssa because I know she wants one. And then if you're watching this on the replay, if you're in the Facebook group watching this on the replay, just comment if you want a card and I'll pull one for you. Of course. Anytime I ever pull cards for people on live, I always get like the downer cards. Hey Meredith. So even this downer card is so pretty. So this is, what is she? The Lord of Shadows. I'm gonna have to look at the book. I think this is I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the death card, but see how just much nicer this is? Let's just see if it's easy to look stuff up in here. It comes with like this huge book. So I don't really know how this works. Let's see, 13. Oh, I think they're numbered. That would be helpful. Oh, they are numbered. That's so nice. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing because look at this, she gives you a whole page. But I am going to read the meaning. Okay, so change, moving from shadow into light, finding new meaning in life, a turning point in life, optimism, removal of obstructions, creating positive changes, new outlook and actions, replace the outmoded. So I think, what was this deck? The Green Witch Tarot, Teresa. So I think that's what this deck was known a lot for, is not being like scary. So even though I said this is like a downer card, it really isn't. It just, I know it correlates to the death card, which seems like a downer card. But that was pretty, I liked that. So like new, change, transformation, turning point. That's fun. Oh, yay, Alyssa. I'm glad. It's always nice hearing like your confirmations. Thank you, Sherry. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna shuffle this. So this is what I do on my threads, which I will also be talking about, course one, is I set the intention that I'm going to shuffle these and they're all going to be in the correct order, so I don't have to keep reshuffling for each person. I know it's probably a no-no for some people, but it has always served me well, and I've always checked in about that, so I'm going to do the rest. They're just going to be in order, and then I'll leave them that way in case anyone on the Facebook group has it. This one's so pretty. This is for Sherry. I don't even know how to pronounce that last word. It's funny, I'm into so many of the witchy things, but not like the, I don't know, all like the more, I'm into the witchy things that feel right. The knife thing, I know like a lot of people are into it. I never felt drawn to that, whatever it's called. Okay, let's see if I can find her. So she's a page, so she's not numbered. So where is she hiding? Oh, I found her. I just flipped right to her. Okay, page for Sherry. Assertiveness, showcasing talents, demonstrating abilities for advancement, testing skills, pursuing goals, vigilance, language skills, proving abilities, scrupulous preparation, practicing a skill, beginnings of independent thinking, and preparing for action. Really showcasing your talents. That's fun. There's way more words than I'm reading. I'm just going to read the little parts. Since I haven't played with these, I'm not going to pretend like I know what they are. Okay, Teresa, you're next. Oh, this one's pretty. 6 of Wands. I think this deck also, I heard that they incorporate a lot of animal symbolism into every single card. Okay, 6 of Wands. Oh, so wands are the same. You guys are just finding out about this deck right along with me. Where are you, Wands? Okay, 6 of Wands. Who is this for? Teresa. Victory in a career or creative enterprise, public recognition, acclaim, job well done, efforts rewarded, goals achieved after difficulties, acknowledgement, honors, advancements, successful, self-expression, career goals achieved, and gains from one's efforts. You're gonna have to let us know if there's some like public acclaim, it says, in career victory. To let us know if that's coming at you. Okay, Carrie. I really like how small these are. That sounds silly, but I don't think I have my other deck down here. So many of my decks I feel like are so big. Okay, 9 of Wands. This deck also has little like elementals, like little fairies in some of them, which is kind of fun. So Carrie, this one is for you. I just feel like they're so pretty. Actually, this is the first time I'm actually looking at it. I looked at a YouTube video. That's about it. And I've cleared the deck. It has not been programmed yet, but we'll do that tomorrow. 9 of Wands. Oh, I was just in Wands, wasn't I? I was in the back. 9 of Wands. Oh, it does have the reversed things too. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Okay, so I'm reading like the front. Oh, wow. Okay, Teresa. Good to know. Oh, and Sherry's learning to paint. That sounds perfect. I was just reading somewhere how important, I mean, I feel like we all know this, right? How important it is to be creative and create things. Like actually make things or, draw things or, so that's really cool. Okay, so 9 of Wands. Territorial, job security, defensive about work, position, able to succeed, strength in adversity, seizing opportunities, career power, anticipating difficulties, suspicious of motives, prepared to deal with challenges in career or creative work. So, job security earned, really prepared to deal with challenges in career or creative work. I'd be curious if that resonated with you, Carrie. I think I got all of you that are on here. I'll click something and lose everyone. Okay. I really like this book. I think she even has a place to take notes, which is really neat because another thing I'll be talking about in course 1 is figuring out what certain cards. Oh, awesome, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you all for your confirmations. Talking a lot about how certain cards will mean something for you. So it's neat that the notes are here. So you could say, like, once you figure out what a card means for you, that would be kind of cool to, like, write it down. And then sometimes I also think about, like, I hope this doesn't sound morbid, but like passing down my things, right? Like I would think someday, I'm going to have someone in my family that wants, my card decks or my crystals. Like how neat would it be to like have my notes in here for like whoever receives this deck. I don't know, kind of cool. Yeah, so I like this deck a lot. I can tell I'm going to like it. I'll be honest, I'm a little sad that guys I'm working with now are not in love with my other deck that I was using, but this I think is going to make up for it. Awesome. Thank you. I forget who it was. Thank you, Alyssa, maybe? Whoever. Yeah, Alyssa. Thank you for asking, and Sherry, about drawing cards. That was a really good idea. I hope you all have a great night or a great day if you're listening to this. If you're listening to this during the day. Why was that hard to say? But yeah, I'm super excited to have my space now, and I have one more thing coming. I think just one more thing. It's like one of those cool wooden triangle shelves I'm going to put back there to put fun little things on. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well. Yes, that's true. I didn't even think. I know. I always think like, oh, I hope I like my daughter-in-laws. Or son-in-laws, right? Whatever they decide. We always joke about that. I feel like one of them, we'll see. I'd be fine either way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my sister is going to have a daughter at some point. So she's not pregnant now. So if you know her, don't say she's not pregnant. But I definitely feel like we're going to have some girl energy seeping in at some point too. And my littlest is like a little like, he's into all this stuff, which is really fun. But yeah, I'm going to say bye, or I'm going to talk to you forever. Can you tell I've seen like no friends? I don't know how you have all been, but I feel like I haven't talked to anyone, like, even though this isn't real in person, but I'm going to say good night. Thank you for being here.